is holy crap. Like, the horror queen herself, Bryan Kohberger's sister, was at the scene yesterday, the crime scene. His attorney, which is a public defender in Moscow, Idaho, decided that she was going to stop that cleaning.
Miss Coeur d'Alene is where she's from.
Well, I just received notification that not only did the defense attorney go into 1122 King Road,
yes,
she brought Bryan's sister with her. And
you received notification from where? Because on Dolly's show, you said in your email. Did Sharon send that to you? ICU? JLR? Idaho Police Department? Or Moscow, Idaho Police Department? Who sent it to you, Betty? That's not his sister. Absolute dumb.
Bryan's sister is recording everything.
She's an investigator. That's not his sister. His sister's, what, 34 years old? That woman looked 34 years old to you?
This unnerves me.
Oh, goodness.
We don't know what kind of family that he's coming from. Okay. We do know that his sister was in a horror film. We know his mother is sympathizing with serial killers. And we know
his mother wrote an op-ed in 1989 before Bryan was even born. See, he's 28. You can do the math. I believe his sister was born in 89. Before he was even born, she wrote that. And it wasn't sympathizing. It was talking about the death penalty, which many people have the same sentiment that killing another human being is not right because, you know, you're killing them for killing someone. So, not my personal feelings, but that's what her small op-ed was about before Bryan was ever born.
This is a photo that I found. It says Tuesday is Friday, Ted Bundy t-shirts. I'm sure you can piece together what Friday means. And this picture shows someone holding a frying pan, and then there's a sign that says Bundy Barbecue. So people had a hell of a good time with this one. But Bryan Kohberger's mother disagreed. She wrote, perhaps one of the saddest commentaries on mankind evident during the execution of Theodore Bundy. While no sane, compassionate individual would excuse the atrocities committed by this man, and neither would any sane individual applaud the passing of his funeral hearse. What have we become? Is the taking of a human life acceptable when the state takes responsibility for it? Signed, Mary Ann Kohberger.
So here we are, full circle. Here is the photos of Bryan Kohberger's sister at the crime scene yesterday.
Betty, do you verify a fucking thing? Yesterday you had some crazy recording that sounded like a spirit box, and you claimed it was Ethan screaming. You have no idea what was on that video or where it came from or a timestamp. This is not how you report on true crime. Could you please do something else? Okay, it's not his sister. I mean, common sense, just common sense alone. Don't even have to see this picture. Let's just use our common sense. Why would Bryan Kohberger's sister be at the crime scene? Ann Taylor is a very experienced defense attorney. You're basically calling her a fucking idiot for having Bryan's sister at the crime scene. You are the one that looks like the idiot. Just common sense alone. We don't even have to compare pictures. But that's what you did. Oh, well, she looks like her. Her hair is the same color. Period.
Bryan Kohberger's family, i.e. his sister, the one that starred in that horrific horror film. You know, she did very well. It was a good horror film. It was one that was on not just TV, but actually in the movie theater. And she was a main character. So but it just unnerves me a little bit that we have all this sympathizing toward these horrific crimes. She was in a horror film. Mom sympathizing with serial.
How is being in a horror film sympathizing with these murders? She wrote the op-ed before the murders. Being in a horror film does not make you a murderer's sister or a sympathizer. What is wrong with you? Because there is something wrong with you.
Yes, she is. It does. Wow. Hey, Betty.
Hey, so yes, that is his sister. That's the one that was in that horror film. She was over there yesterday with his defense attorney and went through the crime scene, recording everything. And I am just like, I'm kind of shocked. Like, you know, the family hasn't even been able to go through there. You know, this is a defense. What if she plants something? You know, that's the first thing I'm thinking in my mind. Maybe she won't. You know, maybe they did proper protocol. I don't know. I just find it disturbing, personally, that she was in the home and she was recording everything.
Wow.
Oh, wow, that's right.
So, yeah, his sister, if you look at if you look at her, she's the one that was in that horror film. That's her. That's his sister.
And then she went in there with the attorney, videotaping the crime scene. So there's now a videotape out there of the crime scene.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yes, that his family took.
I know. They should never allow that.
Y'all are almost too stupid to live if you think that is his sister. But y'all keep going, because...
Same.
But oh, it sounded like he said, get out of here, or something like that. I don't know, but there's some audio. Let me keep playing. They're doing it. In fact, that this was not a quiet attack. Again, just horrific. He may have said Brian Koberger or Koberger right before you heard him say Xana's name the first time.
Okay.
You definitely can hear Ethan screaming. Definitely. Yeah, you definitely hear Ethan screaming. That was horrible.
Oh my God, that was heart-wrenching.
Why is your female laughing?
Oh, my God.
I think she was gasping.
Hmm.
Then it sounded like somebody said, let's get the fuck out of here.
The link is on Patreon. The link's on Patreon. Oh my God. Thank you so much.
Her Patreons are $25 and $50. So for $25 or $50, you can go and listen to this fake audio that Bullhorn Betty put up. I think it's real funny that JLR didn't put it up. I think he probably gave it to Betty because he trolls her that way. And then, you know, Molly's an easy troll. But you're going to charge $25 to $50 to listen to the fake audio? You're such a tragedy pimp. You should have it tattooed on your forehead, Molly.
You guys, for the new Patreons, thank you. I just need 5 more Patreons, and I'll be right back where I need to be.
The supposed leaked audio from the neighbor's outdoor cam is not related to the King Roadhouse in Moscow. This is the original owner of the audio. She posted this on her Facebook on December 30th. She reached out and wanted people to know that her recording is not related. She does not reside anywhere near Moscow, and this audio was not taken the night of the issue. This is confirmed. It is the audio of a DV situation from her neighbors. She shared the audio clip as a way to show an example of how much noise an outdoor security cam could pick up from your neighbor's home. She's not wanting her audio to be used to help convince people that it's related to Idaho. She was using it as an example of not knowing that someone would try to use it in this kind of nefarious way.
A human life acceptable when the state takes responsibility for it. Quote, Mary Ann Koberger.
Yes.
Mary Ann Koberger.
Yeah.
Boy, do you have some nerve.
Okay.
Boy.
Do you have some nerve?
I'm going to read this again.
Jumping on another case.
Because now, in 2023, or actually 2022,
you don't know anything about
look what you raised. Mm-hmm. And I know you're going to read this because I'm going to tag the shit out of you.
Okay. This has been up for 23 hours, and it has 3,000 views. So, I'm just saying, Molly.
And I hope you get to at least hear what I have to say.
Oh, brother.
Because anytime I make a video and I tag the shit out of a person, I will get this video to you.
Oh, that is so sad.
And I want you to know who Justice for All is.
Okay.
Justice for All is my friend.
Okay.
Justin is a web sleuth. And
Oh my
my
God.
friends are Bullhorn Betty and Chronicles of Olivia.
Oh shit. Oh,
I want
shit.
you to know that Kaylee followed Chronicles of Olivia.
Okay.
Part of our team.
Oh my God.
Part of our team, Heels on the Ground.
Okay. All right.
She knew who Olivia was.
Okay.
And Olivia went out there with Bullhorn Betty
Bullhorn Betty.
to look,
Yeah.
to see
Yeah.
what kind of person, what kind of animal, what kind of vindictive, disgusting monster
Okay.
could do this. Walk into a home and slaughter 3 young, beautiful women and a young gentleman in the middle of the night as they slept.
Yes.
And this lady,
2 or 3 days ago, Molly didn't want to hear anything about this case. She just couldn't. She was devastated just by hearing about it. Didn't want to hear. She was more interested in calling the Big Black Cock Network or Dating Line or whatever, but not this. This was of no interest to Molly. 2 days ago.
was the son that you raised. You had the audacity
Audacity?
to write this, right? And look what you raised. A serial killer in training. I want you to know that my friend here, Justin,
Justin, Miss Koberger, is the little white round icon over here on the right.
has been
He is a formidable force to be dealt with. I will tell you that. Formidable.
sitting there for over a month, going over detail.
Yep. He was also naming people that had nothing to do with anything, showing their car, their house, their mom's work, their address. That's Justin. Detail.
Watching the news. Go ahead, tell her what you want to say to her.
Just watching the news.
Well, I don't.
Say something to her. Thank you, Cindy. Say something to this woman. Because now's your chance. Because I'm going to give her this video.
You're going to give her this video?
She has raised a monster, and
You did raise a monster.
they've known about. I mean, the sister is
She knew.
a psychologist or a psychiatrist. I don't know, but
They knew. And they did nothing but stop him. They did nothing.
Lord.
They did nothing to stop him. They knew. And look at the eyes on him.
the Department of Justice of Criminology in Washington University. She was saying that. Where was it at?
Oh my God, Justin, please, hurry.
Let me find it. Hold on. That Kohlberger has cannibalistic urges.
Who said that?
And I'm
What?
trying to find it.
Oh my God. While he's trying to find that, Molly,
Okay. So she splits her name.
who raised you
What's the sister's name?
to get on a dating hotline for black penises, big ones, and talk to them like you're a black girl, your perception of a black girl, and record them for your entertainment? You have no idea how racist you are, have you? Who raised you?
Anybody know the sister's name?
Oh, brother. Yeah, everybody knows everything,
He
Molly.
studied with
You're going
obsessive compulsive
Yeah, I'm gonna let you
habits.
speak.
Indicated that he was afraid that he would become addicted to the meat. He was not only vegan, he refused to eat off the pots and plates that he had meat on. Psychologically, this represents his struggle against his cannibalistic urges.
Oh my God. So that's going to go over well with all the vegans, including someone very close to me. I'm going to have to let him know that he's a cannibal or doesn't want to be a cannibal. Which,
Was afraid that if he let himself go to taste meat once, he would become addicted to it, like he would become addicted to the heroin and start killing and eating people.
oh my God, he just said that. Justin did not get this from the Criminal Justice Department at Washington State, from any professor there, anyone. This is from a quote from Carol Lieberman, a nut psychiatrist. I've seen her for years. She said all that. She's not affiliated with the criminology department at Washington State, Justin.
Okay, so you're telling me that the sister is a psychologist,
What?
correct?
She didn't
I don't
say
know
all
if she's a
this.
psychiatrist or a psychologist, but she's one of the two.
Okay, and she never thought, okay, my brother might be a little off.
How do we know she never thought that?
Gotcha. And what's the sister's name? Jennifer?
I'll look her up. Dox her.
Jennifer? Is that what they said? Jennifer Koberger? Jennifer
Hilarious.
Koberger? Oh, Melissa Koberger.
Is there a more hideous animal? Speaking of animals, look at her.
I don't know if the gag order goes under his parents or not.
I don't give a flying.
Oh, Justin,
You know what?
she's not going to call Molly.
You know,
so
you
I
want
think
to
we're
know
good there.
something?
What, Molly? What? Tell us. Please. What did you do to your hair?
Ed,
Is that-
when you gave me that answer, he's not too smart. No, that's not too smart.
Well, I'm so glad you're evaluating. Okay, what are you doing? What are you doing?
That's
What?
not smart at all.
Okay.
Got a little worried. I got a little worried that it
About
was
what?
taking a little long. But before I left
Yeah.
Bullhorn Betty and Olivia,
Just Burke.
I did tell them,
Left him where?
I think you guys are gonna have some good luck. I think you guys are gonna get some news.
Oh, God. Okay.
I really did. I did say that. I said, I feel like something's coming.
Did you? You're so squirrely.
And then when I had that
Who believes this shit? Nobody, apparently.
conversation with Vinnie Politan on the phone,
Oh, yeah, Vinnie Politan.
he's like, he studied criminology. I said, well, obviously he's not too smart, Vinny.
Yeah.
I go, if I was to start And did you say that he had a PhD in criminology?
He was going for
Are
it.
you sure about that PhD?
No, he didn't have one yet. Molly.
Oh, well, honey, he taught. He had an office at the Washington.
He had a PhD.
As we all know, he didn't have a PhD. He had a master's. He was going for his PhD. He was a teaching assistant. Okay, she listened to this, Molly. I'll tag you in it so you can.
So yeah,
Christ.
I'll say this is he.
Here she goes.
What did Vinny say? Oh my
What did
god.
he say?
He said, yeah. Now I can't even remember. I don't know if I said it or he said it.
He said
And I
stop.
said typical incel, and then he
No, that's
wrote
not-
back 100%.
Yeah, that's not what you said.
So he had a master's. Okay, so if he only had a master's, that's not a PhD.
You think?
So he was going for the PhD.
Mhm.
Yeah,
he was going
I'm going to go with Justin. I'm going to say he was
What?
a serial killer in training.
Okay.
He
Oh,
probably looked up to serial killers, which a lot of people do that.
You know,
Yes.
she cannot be bothered to, I mean, every article states he had a master's, he was going for his PhD. She hasn't read anything about this. I don't even know where she came up with ragging on the mother, but that's what they typically do. These squirrels on the ground. But she knows nothing about the case. Nothing.
There's something wrong with him.
You think?
Well, his former teacher
Mhm.
at a university that he had graduated from recently, she talked to the BTK
okay.
killer, which
Mm-hmm.
he kind of had indirect access in a way.
Yep, I heard about that. Yes. Did you see what Tom Space said?
His teacher that wrote the book on the BTK killer and interviewed him. I'm not sure, but I think that's who you're talking about, but I'm not positive.
Student loan was forgiven too. Thank you so much, President Biden and the Biden administration. This is what we get.
Squirrel
So yes,
on the ground.
our taxes paid for his education. Forgiveness, loan forgiveness. Wonderful. I had to pay for my education. with interest.
You shouldn't
Holy
have.
crap.
Need to get
No,
your money
he's
back.
in protective custody.
Of course.
And then people will enter the comments saying, Marissa, where did you hear that he was getting special treatment with the pots?
What?
I saw it on Ashley Banfield. I saw it. It came up on my thing. You know what?
The pots?
I don't trust Ashley Banfield. Ashley Banfield, in my opinion, is a total whack job. I don't like dealing with her. I don't go on her show.
She
I
wouldn't,
will never go.
honey, she wouldn't let you on her show. Brian Enton interviewed you, and she slammed him for it. She said, do you know who that is? And then she told him about you making fun of Shanann Watts and that horrific whole scene. She wouldn't have you anywhere near her show. So.
On her show. This goes back to the Chris Watts days.
Yes.
She's a jerk, and that's why she loses every job that she's ever friggin' had. Okay? She screws everything up.
Yeah.
You did hear that too? Well, guess what? In the comments section, they're slamming me. And you want to know something? I understand what the law is. I understand that special Jewish, you get a kosher meal. I understand. But him getting this vegan meal, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. They have special vegan meals, Molly. They're not just doing it for him. Might not be things that he would choose to have, but they will be vegan. Special.
Sorry, I don't agree with that.
Well,
I just don't agree with that. I don't
Write your fucking congressman. I mean, that's ridiculous. The man killed 4 people, and you're worried about what he's eating?
think that in America, that these prisoners should have as good as they get it. They have cable TV, okay? I want you to talk to some of these.
Yeah, it keeps them from being as violent as they can become without anything. You gotta think outside that box, Molly. There's a reason for this. Oh, I love these holier-than-thou fucking people.
And some of these soldiers that go down to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and they're babysitting terrorists of 9/11, okay? And they babysit them, and they complain about the pillows, they complain about the temperature, they complain about the softness, the hardness of the bread, this and that, and this and that. They complain about everything, and I did ask, I said, hey, Alex, why didn't you kick the shit out of him? And he's like, Marissa, you can't do that. And my husband would say, Marissa, you're not allowed to do that. And I'm like, the hell I wouldn't.
Oh, you're so tough.
No.
You're so tough.
You want to know something?
Marissa's so tough that she and, I don't know, 4 other sizable egos in brawn wouldn't even go to a restaurant where a little girl was wanting to confront her, not beat her up. But Molly turned the hell around. She was not going to have any kind of confrontation with this girl. You're so tough, Molly. Scared of you, girl.
Third world countries?
Oh, God, here we go, yeah.
That's not what prisons are like.
Oh, no.
Mexican prisons?
Mm-hmm.
Thai prison?
Mm-hmm.
Vietnam?
Have you been?
China?
Okay, she listens to Fox News all the time.
Oh, he can't have gluten. Oh, you poor thing. Fuck him. Give him some Vienna sausage. Just tell him to go fuck himself. I'd say. Screw him.
You're so tough.
Screw him. Mm-hmm. He didn't give a shit about 4 lives. Okay. 4 young kids.
I'm pretty sure he's the murderer, but you probably should, at some point, get used to saying allegedly. I wish somebody would sue the fuck out of you. I love it.
That never did nothing to him. They weren't bothering him. They weren't thinking about him. They didn't do anything to him.
Thank you, Captain.
And let me guess.
Thank you.
This mother, Marianne.
Mm-hmm. They love.
Let me guess.
Love
she
flaming
supports
mothers.
her son. She loves her son.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let me tell you something, bitch.
You know your friend JLR? Have you ever thought about what his mother raised? How much money he took from us as taxpayers, languishing and writing lawsuits in prison for 13 years? You thought about, right now he's on probation. Who pays his probation officer, do you think? You do. The taxpayer does. You want to get on his mother? I wouldn't advise it. She's had enough trouble in her life.
If my son
Yeah.
was so psychotic that he's taking criminology, using criminology, and he's whacked the hell out, and he's breaking into college apartments with a knife.
Does she know he did that? Of course.
No, the love ends there.
Okay.
And don't even try it. Don't even try it.
You're so...
And act like
I'm just... Well, I have to remember, you're doing this just for views. You don't believe any of this shit. You believe all the I pay for you and you eat, non-gluten and vegan, all that. You believe that. But Molly, you've gotten 3,000 views in the last 23 hours. It doesn't seem to be working for you. But go ahead. You do you.
you didn't know there was something wrong with him.
Well,
That is your kid.
Okay. First of all, she didn't know that he was going to... I mean, maybe she did. Maybe he told her his plans. But many people have children with psychological problems. And I don't know if you've ever tried to do anything about a child or an adult with psychological problems that weren't outwardly apparent to other people, and they're not committing crimes. What would you like anyone to do? What should his mother do? Tie him up in the house? He was going for his PhD. As a mother, you're probably like, he's doing something with his life. But nobody can do anything with a person that's functioning in society and not committing crimes. That's just how it is.
Nobody knows your kid like you.
And what would she do?
This is bullshit.
Oh, come on. Come on, crooked lips.
How are you going to look at the parents of those girls and that young gentleman?
Actually, Steve Consalves wrote a very nice letter to Mary Ann Kohlberg. Some people have class. Not that you would recognize it. Look at you. God, Molly. Honey, you're getting long in the tooth for all this.
How?
These expressions aren't cute anymore. You just look like a bull.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
What is it?
I'll tell you one thing. If things start getting out of hand,
Yeah? What are you going to do?
I just might say, you know what, Betty?
Oh,
You know what,
okay.
Olivia?
What would you say?
I think I'm going to talk to
Vinny?
Justin, and I think I'm going to talk to Mallory.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're going to head out to Idaho, and we're going to be out there.
No, stop.
Whatever's needed.
Okay. Okay.
Because this is bullshit.
Well, you know what? I think...
Special treatment.
Let me tell you... Oh, you're going to go because of his special treatment in jail, getting vegan food. You're going to all five take your crazy squirrely asses out there. Well, let me tell you, Molly. You'll be lucky to still have a YouTube channel. All of you will. In about 3 months, probably. Because all this bullshit you're doing is going to change.
Eh? No. Nearly decapitated one of them. You know that, right?
Who? What? What was that outburst? Somebody write that to you?
Nearly decapitated for no reason.
Who told you?
He just wanted to see if he could get away with it. And you're going to tell me you love your son.
Okay.
Oh, I love my son.
Okay.
Sorry, Jake, but if that was you, I'd be like,
Oh, Molly, don't be surprised. Because when people start doxing him when he's older and they start showing you your videos, his life will be hell. Because of you. How long have you had that shirt on?
From defendants and then get the DNA off of it, we're going to the trash. The show's police are actually competent with their work. That's how investigators roll.
Okay.
They were tracking Brian Kohlberger. Not only the DNA, but a lot of digital evidence from cell phone pings and surveillance of his white Hyundai Elantra seen all over Moscow,
It's a little distracting.
in the Washington
Okay.
area. I do believe they have their guy. They believe they have enough on that affidavit of probable cause alone
Okay.
to get a conviction. But the trash.